Hey guys, welcome back. Since somebody asked, I wanted to make a really quick video on this. Does Loki use streams, or does a Loki related dream, can it be aside from Loki? Yes, he does use dreams to communicate, and usually I would say a Loki related dream is usually a sign from Loki. Um, and why would he use dreams? Well, it's real easy for us to miss a sign during our waking hours, like maybe a song played on the radio, or we there was like some other sign and we totally missed it. It's also possible we saw the sign and we didn't recognize it as a sign. Like the song played on the radio, we heard it, we had no idea it was a sign. It made sense to Loki, but we're like, okay, well, I'm asking for a sign and there's no sign. And that happens to all of us. I can even like sometimes be not sure of stuff and be like, okay, I'm gonna ask for a sign just to make sure. And Loki's obviously given me some kind of sign, but darn if I know what it was. And so he can use dreams to assure you of stuff. And he can also do that because sometimes we go through periods where we don't trust our ability to read his signs. Just like you can go through a period where if you read tarot, or you use a board, or you use a pendulum, or you do whatever to communicate either with him or with, universe, spirits, whatever. Everybody can run into the period of time where it just seems like you're having all these misfires and nothing is making sense. Like suddenly you can't read the cards, or the board is like all nonsense and gibberish, or the pendulum decides it doesn't want to work. And so dreams can be a really good way to reestablish that connection with Loki, and it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else. That's the important thing. It doesn't have to make sense to me or to, another Lokean or anyone else but Loki. And you, of course. And even if it doesn't make sense, like sometimes he'll show you something and it will like totally not make sense. That's okay. It's like you at least got the sign. That's the good part. And if there's going to be any clarification later, he'll kind of let you know. Either he'll have another dream, or you'll see a sign, or it'll come to you in time. And as you keep working with Loki, the signs come more and more frequently. Like I got the 2 signs within 24 hours. No, I may have misread those. I certainly couldn't ignore them because they were so dramatic, but I might have misread them. So, if I have and I'm going on wrong information, Loki will certainly come to me in a dream and be like, hey, I don't know what you were thinking, but this is what I actually meant. And that will be good. And maybe he won't say it literally. Maybe I'll have like a dream and it'll be like an image and it'll be something that only makes sense to me, and I'll be like, oh, that's what that meant. So, yeah, guys, he will certainly use dreams to contact with you. In fact, I've had more useful contact with him. Don't throw anything, baby. Sometimes in dreams than in waking life, because sometimes we have to learn to filter out what is us doing Loki's voice and what is actually Loki. And don't worry about when you're first starting out, but like sometimes the longer you've worked with him, you'll start like putting in little snide comments in Loki's voice in your own head, and sometimes it's hard to tell, like, Loki actually, one, doesn't do that, and two, we just do it as humans because we feel like, well, if I have the gods say it, it validates how I feel right now. And if it's usually negative, it's not Loki. I mean, he's not going to tell you anything mean or be a jerk. He can really push you, and he can seem mean when he's pushing you through like a healing or something. But he's not going to say something like, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, I wish you tried harder, I wish you'd pick someone else. He's not going to say stuff like that to you. So if you hear inner dialogue like that, it's not Loki. And how he communicates with everyone varies. Sometimes for me it's a song, sometimes it's a dream, sometimes it's just you know, random communication and thought process during the day. You know, like talking back and forth, having conversation. And you know, that comes and goes. So don't be upset if like you have a dream and then it's like nothing. It doesn't mean that Loki didn't send the dream. It's you know, sometimes our receivers just they're up in there, and it's okay. It's okay if like you hear from Loki and then you don't hear from Loki for a while, or you're not like he's not like knocking on your front door in a physical form and walking in. That's okay if that never happens, because it's not going to unless he possesses somebody. But yeah, just go with the signs that you get. It might not be a dream. It might be a song. Absolutely anything. Smell, color, something you see, something you read. Absolutely anything. If it feels like a sign, it probably is. That's like a really good rule of thumb. If it feels like a sign, it probably is. And then just go accordingly. So I hope that helps, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.